Hello, lovely people. So today is wash day, and so I will be washing my hair. I use these. It's Aussie Total Miracle. It's a moisturizing shampoo and a conditioner. But I think today I'm actually going to use the deep conditioner. You just put that on for 3 minutes. So I'll wash it and then in sections. I wash my hair in sections. And then 3 minutes, I put this on. This is the 3-minute Miracle Moist. It's 3 times the moisture. I really like it. I don't know about 3 times the moisture, but I've felt a difference in my hair since I've started using this stuff. So I really like that. And then, so when I put the 3 times the moisture Miracle stuff on there, then I'll put it with the shower cap on there in the shower for 3 minutes, and then I rinse everything out, and I'll come back and show you what I do next. Okay, so I'm back. I decided to alter what I was doing, so since I'm doing something different, I wanted to show you. So I'm gonna take the shampoo, and I'm just gonna, with each section out of the shower, I'm going to go ahead and massage my scalp with the shampoo, kind of really get it in there, because I feel like it's a pain in the butt when I try and just do this in the shower, because I end up tangling up my hair, and I don't want to do that. The less breakage, the better. So I'm just gonna massage it in there. So it's in 3 sections. You can see that it's in 3 sections. I'm on each side, and then I'm just gonna go through and massage it on the scalp alone, and then put it back in the section. So let's get I'll put it back in the section, and then I'll come back and I'll rinse and condition and all that, and I'll come back and I'll show you what I do next. Okay, so finished in the shower. I washed it, I finger detangled, and I deep conditioned, and that's it. So now I'm going to, I do a leave-in. Well, actually, I made my leave-in. So I just use this right here, put a little bit in there, like maybe like a tablespoon of this, and then fill the rest with water in here. And that's what I use for leave-in. I know it seems like it might be a little heavy, but it's worked for me, and I feel like my hair isn't as dry as it used to be. My hair I used to suffer from just dryness, and doing that has changed the feeling of my hair, I would say. So like this is pretty much just naked hair, because I haven't put on the leave-in yet. And then, so the first thing I'm gonna do is use this, it's a hair serum, multi-peptide serum for hair density. If you can see that. Okay, so take that, and so I have a bit of like thinning from wearing braids and things like that. So right up in here, but it's actually gotten a lot thicker than what it used to be. And so I'll put that in those spots right here and here. And just kind of massage that in. Gently massage that in. Oh, God. And I just pretty much just focus on that front part, because I just want to get that thicker. My hair is decently thick. I know right now it doesn't look it. Shrinkage is real. It's decently thick. When it's dry, it's just those spots. So I like to get a good massage in with that serum in, just naked hair like that. And then I take some jojoba oil, just pure jojoba oil. And I put it along my edges as well. It's like really struggling to come out. I might have to use a different oil. But the purpose is just get some type of essential oil on my scalp. And I like to try and go on the edge, but then also through the scalp, just for the health of my hair follicles. There we go. Starting to come out a little bit more now. Jeez. And get in there. And do a nice quick massage. So today I think I'm just going to stretch my hair out, and I'll decide another day, probably tomorrow, what I want to actually do as far as styling. I used to be somebody who like did my hair every day and would do like these intricate things where I'm having to do a lot of rollers and twists and things like that. And while I still like to do those things and I still have all those products and tools to do those things, I just want to make sure, because I see a lot of people going back to getting the relaxers because they're like, oh, natural hair it's too hard. And I think it's because we make it hard. Like, if you learn your hair, which means you have to wear your hair. You cannot learn your hair with it constantly in extensions and wigs and stuff. You have to actually be able to get your hands on it and feel it and stuff like that. So maybe with a wig you could. And while I do those things, sometimes I try not to constantly do this. That way I can know what my hair is needing. But yeah, I try to just keep it simple so that I am not getting overwhelmed with my hair. So just simple routine. And so the first day, I typically just stretch it. I have, like, I guess you would say it's like 4C hair. And so I do not like to operate on it shrunken. I feel like it gets really tangled. So let me just go through. I'm just going to go through and part my hair. And I just use whatever's on hand when it comes to this part. Like, for real, like, I love these things, these satin scrunchies. I just ordered some more off eBay because I'm like, they have saved my life. Yes, I'm gonna section my hair off. So I sectioned it down the middle. And just remember to be gentle with your hair. I mean, I know you've heard it before, but I know a lot of people tend to start to rush. And so if you don't have time to do your hair, then leave your hair alone. It can go one more day being dirty. If you're gonna be rough when you get in it, just leave it alone. Okay, so take this right here, and I'm just going to shake it up, and then I continue to shake it while I'm spraying because I don't want it to start to lump together, the stuff in the bottle. Okay. Just saturate my hair with that. And then I go through with black castor oil, the extra dark one. I don't know if there's a difference. This is just what I have. To be honest, I grab whatever is has the least ingredients and is the cheapest. Least ingredients means it's probably gonna be less chemicals and additives and things like that. And then I'm on a budget, so I am not trying to be spending crazy money. So I got this from TJ Maxx. Go to TJ Maxx to their hair care aisle and you can find some pretty good stuff. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit more. I'm really generous with the oils. Some people don't like that because they feel like, oh, my hair is greasy. But I'd rather that moisture get locked in. And so the truth is that I shouldn't be having my hands in my hair, and nobody else should either, because I'm trying to protect my strands. And so it being oily, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm gonna do one side. I'll show you one side of that, and then afterwards I'll turn the camera off to do the other side, just for time purposes. Okay, let's see. Okay, so again, I do 3 or 4 sections on each side, just kind of depending on what it's feeling like. Trying to make the sections as clean as possible. And then I take one of these combs. This is one of those combs that kind of separates. I got this from Walmart. I've seen some like on Instagram and things like that, but I got this from Walmart and it was like, I think it was less than $10. So, but this works really well for detangling without being so rough because it's flexible. See how if it's catching knots, it starts to separate so that it takes its time getting through your hair instead of just raking through. See that? And with the oil and the moisturizer in there, things just glide really nicely without being painful. So this is really good if you have kids. Just try doing it like that. Don't just go in with nothing on that hair trying to detangle it, because that is borderline child abuse, honey. That thing hurt. See. And then I just go through with it sopping wet. I like it to be sopping wet because I feel like I get a better braid. I'm just gonna braid it. And the trick with this is to get the most stretch is don't move your hand. Like, don't move your hand down. Just braid tightly, and your hand will start to move down gradually. But I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but like, don't make a loose braid is what I'm trying to say. And the best way I can explain it is to try not to move down. Okay, like that. And then I typically put something on the ends. So this Texture ID stuff, can you see that? Texture ID. This stuff is so good, especially for my hair type. I just feel like it really keeps it nice and moisturized and defined. Like, it doesn't feel dry. It feels like I'm still taking care of my hair. Doesn't feel hard or brittle, but you can see some definition, and I appreciate that because I do have curls. I just have to define them, and it's nice to be able to see them, and this helps with that. So yeah, So, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. I'm going to pause it there and come back when I'm done, okay? Because, again, you're going to just do that all throughout. So, now I will use this to stretch out my hair, and then I might do something with it, whether that be flat iron it. And now I don't have to blow dry it because it will be dry and stretched out. And I just use that same brush, this brush right here. Use that same brush to just kind of fluff it out and then just flat iron it. And there's less heat. Or I might just leave these in. If I know I'm not going anywhere, like right now, we have this pandemic going on. I might just leave these in. If I decide I want to go out to the grocery store, I'll just put a hat on, okay, and like give my hair a break from being manipulated, that kind of thing. Or sometimes I'll pop on a wig because they're in the braids, and I just pin them down. It actually gets pretty flat, and a lot flatter than if I was to do like the like in a ponytail or something. Like for me, that just doesn't work for me. Some people are able to do that, but I can't. So I might do that. Yeah, or I'll just use it as a braid out. So I might like leave these in for like 2 or 3 days, and then I'll use it as a braid out, and I'll just take them out and just wear my hair how it comes, which is before I washed my hair, that was what I did. So I left it in for like 2 or 3 days. I want to say like 3 days. And then wore it out. I put it in pigtails, like the puffs, or in just a full-on afro and all that kind of stuff. And it's awesome because it's really defined. It's had enough time to dry, because I was one of those that was guilty of taking out my braid outs before they were dry, and so the definition was not there. And so now I don't have that problem because I wait extra long before I take them out. So I don't know. Hope this helps. Like I said, just focus on moisture and not manipulating your hair as much as you can. And if you do have to do some stuff to it, like, you know, do what you can. Like I said, like I might use this to avoid blow drying. So at least I'm saving my hair from something. So anyway, have a good one. Love you. Peace.